Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. I am your host, Hunter Miles. This week, we have another artist on the podcast. Not only is he a podcaster himself, a videographer, if you will, he is also a drummer, and he came to join the podcast and just talk. Oh, maybe I should give you his name. Kyle Aris came to join the podcast, talk about his podcast, Obscured State of Mind, and the urban exploring that they do. Oh, shoot. Urbex. Yes. Urbex. You've heard of it. But, yeah, all the different video endeavors there with his podcast and urbexing. And also we came to talk about his musical background as well. But it was just a great time. And you can also check out our episode of Obscured State of Mind. I believe it's episode 21. He'll fact check me on that. You'll hear it on the podcast. But there'll also be links to it and stuff. But yeah, follow the podcast at Obscured State of Mind. Subscribe to it on Spotify. Subscribe to us. Like us. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to Obscured State of Mind on YouTube. Subscribe to us all. Share. Tell your friends. And let's get to the episode. Thank you. Have you had a long day on the disc golf course, or maybe just camping with friends and don't want to struggle in search of the perfect edible to elevate the fun? Well, Pearly Baker Edibles has you covered with their new and convenient day trip box and campfire box. Each one has just enough variety for any cannabis consumer's palate, and you can share with a friend or just enjoy alone. The day tripping box has the jerky and lighthearted lemonade, each medicated at 100 milligrams of THC. The Gone Nuts, which is a delicious sweet and spicy deluxe nut treat at 150 milligrams of THC, and the Fruit by the Milligram, delicious fruit leather with 50 milligrams of THC. And that's for like your normal day trip to a disc golf course, you know, out with friends. And then there's the Campfire box, which is the perfect s'mores kit. As the Coco Loco bar, which is 200 milligrams of THC, the Smoosh Mallow and Stoned Cocoa, each at 100 milligrams of THC, and graham crackers, perfect for that stoned s'mores. Pearly Baker Edibles are made with whole flower in small batches for your best experience, and they can be found on Instagram in storefronts across Michigan and with cannabis delivery services. Follow them on Instagram at Pearly Baker Edibles, and we thank you for being a sponsor, and please let them know that we sent you, and you can receive a free peach ring. The best thing I like the most, what I like most about Pearly Baker Edibles is the play on the traditional snacks that we had as kids growing up, and you'll see that with your free peach ring if you tell them we sent you. So, thank you. Back to the show. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Where Is This Going? I'm your host, Hunter Miles. This is Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least today in the studio. Hey, I'll do what I can. Anything to talk you up.
Yeah, right.
Today in the studio, we are joined by the very... I'll say he's funny. He's not a comedian, but I'll say he's funny anyways.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
But the very talented, I'll say still.
Hey, thank you.
Kyle Aris. Like Aries, but
kinda. I get that a lot.
Really, Aries.
Yeah.
For me, it's Aris or Aris. That's where my conflict comes.
The most common is Aries. I don't get it.
That's weird.
Yeah. But
yeah. If there was an E,
yeah.
Replace an S with an E, and it's Aries. Kyle is the host of Obscured State of Mind, a podcast you can find on YouTube, on Spotify, and on Instagram at Obscured State of Mind.
Spotify, iHeart, all the
iHeart.
I heard it.
Are you on Google Play?
Yeah, Google Play. Deezer, you ever heard of that?
I heard of it when looking for hosting sites.
Me too.
I think.
I was just like automatically enrolled and going there. I'm like, cool, Deezer. Never heard of it though.
Oh yeah. So what is your host?
What is my host? Oh, Libby.
That sounds like a take me to your
like-
leader type thing.
Yeah. What is your host?
What's your host?
I don't know. Let me check my anus in a while. So.
Right, just check your. I got a tat here somewhere. They branded me. But where do you post your podcast to?
Libsyn.
Libsyn.
Yeah,
nice,
that's
nice.
my distributor, I guess. Is
Yeah,
my best
yeah.
way to
Distributor,
describe it.
host, whatever.
I seen you move to Anchor recently.
Yeah.
So what was the?
I was on Spreaker before.
Yeah, we talked. About
Yeah,
Spreaker.
yep. Yeah. Also, you can check out my episode of Obscure State of Mind, or of my episode of Kyle's podcast,
Number
Obscure State of
21,
Mind.
Hunter Miles.
Nice, you remembered the number. I was going to say 20, so thank you for saving me.
21.
But yeah, 21. Check it out. But Spreaker, the monetization portion of it was too impersonal for me, and it was too expensive.
So you didn't get like a lot of stats, like you didn't get to
Right.
see a lot.
Like I would have had to pay more to see a lot of my demographics and things like that,
Right.
and I didn't want to. And Anchor is free, and I think I forgot who I was talking to. I think it was each other's mothers. Actually, I might have been talking to them.
You know, I thought that because they said that they were through Anchor, and then I noticed after that you switched to Anchor, so I was curious as to. I didn't get that far in the podcast, but I was wondering
yeah.
if they talked you into on the podcast.
They didn't on the podcast, but they had already kind of swayed my thinking.
Yeah,
Because I was already thinking about it, about switching, just because, I mean, Anchor is free.
yeah.
So and I had
free.
started actually at Libsyn.
Did you?
I mean, that's where I was going to go first.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
going to.
Yeah, and then you went with Spreaker. or
Yeah,
whatever.
with Spreaker. And I was paying $7 a month. I was like, that's not bad, but
Yeah, well, see, my problem is that my podcasts are like generally like 2.5 hours long.
right.
So they're very long form. So I have like the amount of like data or megabytes or whatever I have to upload.
Right.
It gets ridiculous.
Of course.
So it's like I have to pay more for it. But
Exactly.
it's what I want to do, so I'm willing to do it.
You're really,
You know?
yeah, for Spreaker, you're willing to take that broadcaster membership because like right now, I think I was On Air Talent was the last tier I was on Spreaker, and On Air Talent only allows 100 hours of airtime of like.
Oh, max?
Yeah, that you can
That's it.
upload. If you want to upload any more, you'd have to go to a new tier.
Oh, right.
Which would be like the broadcaster
Right,
or whatever.
yeah, that's kind of how mine is. It's just split up. It's just
Right.
like straight up telling you how much. So then I have to, in order to do it now, I have to upload it in lower quality.
Yeah.
audio, which, when you're just talking,
Yeah, the audio
really-
quality
it's
is not
really
that
not that big of a difference.
Yeah.
But when you start incorporating like music,
outside media too. Right.
right, which I tend to do with little sketches and stuff. So that's where it kind of starts to take a little bit of hit. But YouTube, you can upload everything like HD, 4K,
Right.
best audio quality you want.
Exactly.
Free.
Doesn't matter. Exactly. Free. It doesn't matter what kind of account you have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, and so that's why we were mentioning. I think before we went on or something. It's like once you get to 100 subscribers, that's when you can get your /
That's when you get the URL.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, all you got to do is just.
I'm almost there.
Yeah, what are you at?
Get us up. We're at 70 or about 70.
About 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, almost there. And I remember there was a threshold that I had to get to get there, but
But see, you run. But since you have a podcast, but you also are a comedian, so you
Right.
have like
I have
something to go along with it.
I have some other video. Well, I mean, you can do the same thing as a drummer.
Right.
I have some other videos on my channel. Like I have maybe 3 or 4
No, you do.
other
Yeah,
sets.
that's what I was gonna.
Yeah.
My main point was gonna be that you kind of upload your podcast to like your channel, so it's
Yeah.
like 100 miles. So like
Yeah, that's the thing.
when you look for where is this going, like you just look for 100 miles. Like
Right.
it's-
You can look for both.
the podcast.
That's the thing. And don't believe that's not without regret. Because
Right.
I had a Where Is This Going email already when I started uploading
Oh, right.
to YouTube. So I could have just done it under my own podcast email and channel.
Right. It's not too late though.
I mean, we're about
yeah.
36 episodes
But like I
in.
said, you got the the comedy and the podcast. Just grow it together. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. And if I can link to my like my sets or whatever, like my comedy sets from my like at the end. You know how uploading to YouTube goes.
You can do that too. Like during our podcast, there will be, I think, I try to space them out like in a half hour,
then
like an
putting
hour.
the label, tags or whatever.
Yeah, I can put like I put like one of yours on there. I think I put your channel or something in there.
We'll put one of our episode. Hey, are we in the wide?
We'll just put it right here.
We'll put it right here.
Oh, look at that.
Go ahead and click that. You'll find our episode.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know how painstaking that's going to be?
Yeah, right. You should tell them to mark the time right now.
Oh, yeah.
Mark time.
There we go. He heard it. Yeah. She heard it. We're good.
We got it.
We got it. But, so when did you, how long have you been doing your podcast?
So I started the podcast last, what was it, August, I think is when I filmed the first one. So August 2020.
Was this, so deep in quarantine?
Oh, deep. Yeah, but I always thought about having a podcast. Like I'd want to do one, but I'm like, what's my gig? What's my hitch? Do I need something?
Everyone needs a shtick right now.
Shtick. Yeah, do you need one? Can I do it?
Did you catch
You know what I mean?
Tom Segura's episode on Rogan?
The last one? Yeah, where he was talking about like how many more podcasts there are now.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And
it grew by almost 1 million.
Exactly, in a matter of months.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is ridiculous.
It made me sit there and think, I'm like, as I'm getting ready for a podcast.
Exactly. Like, do I need to be doing this?
Always a fucking day late and $1 short.
Exactly,
I fucking
dude.
tell you what.
You know what makes me pissed off? Is I started my podcast before COVID was ever a thing. Like,
well, you did, because I remember it was you and Jake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I had the invite, and that was a long time ago. That
exactly.
was years.
Yeah, it was over 2 years ago, and then
because I was still jamming
actively. And then a year ago, we started coming back into the stooge. I think it was a little bit over a year ago. Maybe we started coming back into the stooge, and we're like, all right, let's try to start doing this regularly. But yeah, like before, I did 5 episodes of this podcast, and I think 2 of them are still lost. 2 to 3 of them are still lost. Yeah. But I mean, I have them on Drive, and I'll throw them up. I keep saying this. I'll throw them up somewhere sometime.
Just gotta save them.
Exactly. I'll save them for the vault to where they'll actually get listens.
Yeah.
To where people will actually listen to them.
That's kind of like my thing though too. Is like, you just got to keep pushing no matter what you're doing. Like even if you're not podcasting, you're being going up on stage doing stand up. You're playing in a band. You're doing whatever. You just got to keep pushing, because once you do get that big podcast or that big gig, and then everybody starts noticing, that's when they're probably might go
to the backlog. Exactly.
And listen to all of them, and then you're like, all of a sudden your downloads are like crazy.
Everything's
like,
doing numbers.
I had it the other day. All of a sudden it was like a 42 spike. 42 downloads,
which is big for us. I don't know if whoever you are watching,
and it was, and it's like at
42 people just start randomly watching your shit.
Yeah,
what?
I'm like, whoa, 42.
42.
So I'm looking, and
that's a small apartment complex. A small apartment complex, or maybe a condo block. A condo block just started listening to my podcast.
Yeah, the whole thing.
The whole block.
But it was like, it looked back, and then you could see it was like they downloaded like every podcast, and then like half of them was like 2 downloads. So it was like couple people.
They started listening to
the whole catalog,
and then you can see where other people start to look at other like the similar types of artists you've had on. So which brings me to my next question. What was the influence for, I mean, besides COVID and what I would say an obvious Joe Rogan, what was
not bad. I don't.
What was the influence? What was the influence to for your podcast?
Okay, so it originally started out as just Obscured State, and it was me and my buddy Eric Upson, who you can find on Instagram at X Divine Prodigy X.
Mark it. We got it.
You can find him, but it's full of like urbex stuff.
Okay, and is that what got you into filming and YouTube stuff?
Yes. Well, I had a camera first. I had a camera, and I needed a reason to use it.
Okay, so describe urbex real quick.
Urban exploring, going out and searching and looking at abandoned buildings.
Hell yeah.
sum it up right there.
Hell yeah.
Abandoned
Also,
building
if you've checked
exploring.
out, I know I brought this up. We've talked about this before. If you check out Abandon on Vice, it's exactly, yeah.
Yep.
It's exact same thing, except for
Just watch the proper people on YouTube. They're like
or
the best ones. At it.
just watch what's your
Obscured State of Mind.
Obscured State of Mind. But is that what also your urban
Urbex.
your
Yes.
Urbex stuff is
That's
under?
how it started. To wrap it back around.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
how it started. It was originally just Obscured State, and we were going out and filming these videos.
Right.
And then I said we need more content because we're never going to have enough buildings, and we're never going to have enough time to get all this stuff to keep seasons rolling.
Right.
So it's our podcast. It's like, okay, so we did the first episode, which you can find still. It's the introduction. It's me and him. We're talking about what we're gonna do, what gear we got, all this stuff.
Right.
Second episode.
Look at all our camera.
Second episode, we have Ruin Road on, who's like a big time Urbex group around this area from Muskegon. They got like 25,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
So I'd say that's pretty big for around here.
And also, Muskegon is prime for
Urbex.
yeah, it's prime for abandoned buildings.
It is, dude. It's primed and ready.
And rundown realty.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fucking Urbex paradise.
Hell yeah.
So we had them on, and then he went on a vacation, and it was like a month-long vacation. And I was like, I still need podcasts, so I started just having people come on. I was like, I'm gonna run this shit the way I want to run it.
Right. Were you
then-
already doing music at that time?
At that time, I'd stopped doing music.
Okay, so how long had you and you're a drummer, right?
Yep.
Primarily a drummer or only a drummer?
Only a drummer.
Only a drummer. How long have you been drumming?
Ooh. Since I was like 13. So
13?
What is that?
I don't know. How old
18,
are you?
17, 18 years? I'm fucking 30.
You're 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, about 17, 18 years.
Yeah.
Going
and
into
then,
it.
You know, going off and on because you're moving around, you get an apartment, you
And-
can't play them. You're like, shit.
And I mean, bands stop too. Like,
yeah.
people never think about that. Like, no, I was in a band for a while, but then they stopped, and then I was in another band. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why people don't think about the lapse in time.
Exactly. I
Well,
know.
because I usually don't think about the lapse in time because I hang around people like Jake, who's just in multiple bands
Right.
at once, and
can
then
do
some
it.
of them die off and just moves on to the other.
Well,
But
what does Jake what does Jake play?
Jake, guitar, saxophone, vocals,
Yeah, so he's got it all.
bass, drums. Jake can play the piano too.
The piano.
Yeah, she can play mean piano. Yeah. But yeah,
I like piano. It's
Dude.
relaxing.
dude, I always wanted to learn piano, and we had a piano growing up in my I don't want to say like my primary house because I moved around a little bit, you know, lower middle class struggles.
Oh yeah, dude. We was just talking about moving around. In an
Exactly.
apartment,
Right.
here you are.
This was repossession issues. This was
Ours were mostly you can't pay rent. Too.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. You can't pay your mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, when we were in or when I was going into 7th grade, we moved what the fuck was I just talking about before then?
I don't know. Where's this going?
Where is this going? But just moving and stuff, it's hard to I don't know where we were going anyways. Any Jew. Drumming. I started drumming when I was I started drumming when I was at my old house. There we go. That's
you started drumming?
yeah, I was drumming for about 2 years. I took lessons. I was never in a band. I still can keep a beat relatively. I can
You know what pissed me off?
I can carry, but
I went and take lessons like after I'd already started playing and kind of developing a style, and I always wanted to play metal. So I was like, we should just get you some lessons, you know, or no, maybe it was actually when I was with my dad. Not sure. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Right.
Went to these lessons, and he's like, well, I was like, can I just play something for you to show you like where
this
I'm
is
at?
what this is what I'm gearing towards.
Yeah, and like so we can stop with the bullshit, you know. And he's like, sounds kind of reggae, and I was like.
and you're
What?
like, yes, this is what I want.
No, I was like, I'm okay. I
Sounds
guess.
kind of reggae. You mean I'm kind of playing offbeat just a little bit? That's what you're saying?
And then he just like moves right along, and I don't think I ever went back. I was
No,
like,
that just means you're dragging.
I
That's
guess, yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing a relaxed beat. Sounds like reggae.
Dude, like if you're starting out, play to a click.
Yeah,
Just
but also,
it.
do you ever think about maybe going back and starting to play some reggae?
You know what? Church music.
Really? Is that what gets you?
Dude, honestly,
Do you
those
go to
dudes-
church?
No.
I was going to say you don't look like it, but I don't know if anyone's judging by the beard or not, but I am.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting there. Actually, I got a bunch of braid the other day.
No, that's not something to be proud of, but go on.
Yeah. Oh, come on. It was good.
But okay, back to church music. So you don't go to church though?
No, but like you watch those drummers and they can just hit the pocket and the groove and they're just going to town.
The best fills come from gospel music.
Dude,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
And I love that snare sound. It's
Yeah,
a usual
that
snare sound.
pop, just
Yes,
bam.
exactly. I just heard it in another video I watched. I don't know. It was probably like on an Instagram Reels or something.
Right.
But it's such a specific snare sound that I love. And you're right. It's a pop. Usually I see it in like usually like a shallower snare. You know what I mean?
Right.
I see it. I hear it. Whatever. Any Jew. What got you into drumming? I understand that you took lessons, and you were geared toward metal, and I don't think anyone looking at you would debate that.
Yeah, no.
But what got you look like you were raised? You look like you were raised on Mountain Dew and metal. So
And my name's Kyle.
yeah, exactly, Mountain Dew, Monster, and metal. So. So besides the holes in your wall, what else were you brought up on in your childhood?
It's really just classic rock. It was for as far as music influences, mostly classic rock, like AC/DC and Kiss and stuff. Those are like my first two
Zeppelin
cassettes.
or
Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You know, my mom liked like Bob Seger, and she fucking liked Janis Joplin, and I hate that.
damn,
I just hate
what it would be like to have like a white mom. Like my mom's white, but
You don't like it because she'd sing that in the fucking. She'd try to sound like Janis Joplin.
my mom would just sing R&B. My mom would try to sing Twista
Did it
to
have a
me.
little soul
Do you
to it,
understand?
though?
No, my mom would try to sing Twista. You can't
God.
rap that fast as a white woman. You're not
with
meant
soul?
to. Yeah. That's what my mom would lull me to sleep with.
Oh my god.
Is Twista.
Jeez. No way.
Kidding. I was trying to think of a Twista line that whole time
Yeah,
that I
no,
could
me
go,
too.
but I think honestly the
I
only
was
thing
like-
he's on Look at Me Now, right?
That was kind of what?
He's on Look at Me Now.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Look
Let me.
Where's that going?
Are we gonna get there? Look at. I'm getting paper. Look at me now. Oh, look at me. Fresher than a muff. Little nigga. Oh no, that's. Oh geez, we're just gonna get into other lines. Anyways, so you're brought up on classic rock, Janis Joplin, who I mean, I that's not bad because that's a great foundation for music.
But you can't try to mimic that kind of.
No, I understand.
No, that's bad.
I was
ruined it for me.
I was brought up mostly on like my mom, like I said, was R&B and rap, like Snoop Dogg and R. Kelly is what I.
Beastie Boys, dude.
Okay, so my mom wasn't that white.
Dude, Beastie Boys, come on.
Oh yeah. So is that your hip hop influence? Is that where you got? Is that where you learned to track a beat?
It'd probably have to be. I mean, because my uncle fucking just blared Beastie Boys all the time, and we always liked Brass Monkey.
That
know.
funky monkey.
Yes, and we'd be like, put that one on. We'd all be dancing to it and shit, you know? Yep.
Oh yeah. I didn't hear that until like 4th grade, but that is interesting. I was just about to ask if you had any like super racist family members. I don't know
Super racist
why.
Family members.
I don't know why, and I probably
Do you wanna
shouldn't have
hear
even
something
said
that's
that.
kinda racist,
Yeah,
I
I'll
guess?
take it then.
All right, let's take it. We went. No, it was funny because we went to Flint the other day.
Oh
and-
yeah, this is bound to be kind of racist.
Yeah, it's bound to be kind of racist. And her mom's like, "You gotta go to Foreman Mills. You gotta go to Foreman Mills. You ever heard of it? Mm-mm. Okay, well they got this fucking commercial they play on the east side. It'll come on. It's just like Foreman Mills. Get 2 t-shirts, 25, 250. You know, it's like
Wait, what do they sell?
It's like a Burlington coat factory,
Okay.
right? So we walk in.
But you have to go just because of the commercial?
No, we have to go because her mom keeps telling us we have to go. And we're driving right by it. Like we're literally.
Is this a
I can
mother-in-law
see- yes,
or- yeah.
mother-in-law? And like we can literally see Foreman Mills. So we like walk into Foreman Mills, right? And I just start looking at all the clothes, and I'm like, this is not the store for me.
Because it's in Flint?
Yes. And that's as far as I'm going to go with it.
Would this be more a store for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, honestly, I got this whole shirt and get up there.
Knew it.
Yes. And I wanted the Kobe Bryant shirt.
Exactly.
Right?
And
I've been looking at him, and I'm like, dude, this was $6.
See, and I wouldn't deny that you're a Kobe fan, but I just wouldn't. I wouldn't think that you'd ever find a place where you could find that.
No, this looks like they made it there.
Exactly. No, this looks like they made it in a place where you wouldn't shop. That's what I'm saying.
And then it made it to Foreman's.
Yeah. Okay. True. True. Because it looks like a Supreme.
Because I totally shopped at Foreman Mills.
Because I did go to Foreman Mills.
We bought 4 pillows, a sheet set.
It's a black man's Burlington.
Yeah. Well,
that's
put
what
it
you're
this
saying.
way: the salt shakers, they were all black.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no white salt.
There was no white salt.
They had a little chef. They had the chef on there. You know, like it was like this.
Oh, I thought you meant the chef from South Park.
It could have worked. It could have worked.
Not that kind of black on black.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, yeah, but great deals.
Right.
I bought 2 shirts. My wife bought a shirt. I got a shirt for my daughter.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell
Great
yeah.
store. But when I first walked in, I was like, yo, these are not my styled shirts.
What? So you were just judging by the style of clothing, not the clientele?
Oh, well, the clientele was primarily black, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
fine.
I assume.
That's not the deal.
I don't refuse to shop at a place that also serves black people. No, I get it. Yeah. No, you're progressive. I understand. Is that what counts for being progressive in 2021?
Yes.
I mean, I also shop where there are black people.
Right.
I loved, and I
always went to Burlington Coat Factory in Saginaw.
Which, I mean, okay, in Saginaw. I was going to say, well, Burlington Coat Factory is just extremely white.
But honestly, but they had a Foreman Mills in, like, Holland.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they got a Burlington.
Totally
yeah.
Clothes are going to be totally different.
Well, hey.
You got to serve the clientele.
You know what? You know what I just did? I found a perfect opportunity to plug one of our sponsors, Off the Grid. You can get great style like this jacket or other vintage clothing at Off the Grid. Vintage apparel curated for you, new styles. Check it out. Also, grab a sticker,
flashy.
Get some high. They got a great glass selection there. I got a bong myself.
Oh, did you?
Yes. I suggest you check it out.'re a Holland native.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're located.
They're
locked and loaded. They're locked and loaded and located between Wild Chef and B-Dubs on the back
B-Dubs.
On the back end there. Okay. It's Suite 114. I want to say 2863 West Shore Drive. Yeah, check it out in Holland.
What name is again?
Open Off the Grid. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Website, they don't have one yet, but you can follow them on Instagram at Off the Grid, grid with 1 instead of an I and 2 Ds. There we go. Anyways, I don't think we need to put an ad in. That was pretty good.
That was great.
We'll still put the ad in. They paid for it.
Oh,
but
all right, yeah.
Yeah. So how have you gone about? Do you have any sponsors for your podcast?
No, not yet. I have ideas, but
and we've talked about this also.
Mostly because we just felt like idiots, but yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying, it's hard.
It is. It's very hard.
I've talked about this with multiple artists. We just had Mary on. You can check out her episode. Actually, we'll put it right here. I'll put it there. This is all me now. But we talked about trying to market yourself, which is difficult as any type of artist, a podcaster, a drummer, like a freelancer type of artist in any way. Trying to book yourself for things is tough.
Oh, yes.
If you want to be paid. If you don't, and what you want to be paid, it's weird. So what has been your biggest, I guess, hang up in, I guess the difficulty in coming to sponsors? Trying for sponsors.
Yes, even having the thought of, should I get a sponsor? Or
exactly.
Sponsor.
How would it go?
Yeah.
What can I do? What could I pitch?
I think it's mostly just getting over the putting yourself out there to say you want a sponsor. because you're kind of thinking you're like, because for me it's just like, do my numbers reflect getting a sponsor right now?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know enough. I just go on what I'm doing, and then to touch on. So that was a loaded fucking question, but about like branding yourself and stuff. It's like I've been through like the phases of being in a band where I'm like literally crafting a Facebook post that sits on my screen for 2 hours, wondering if every emoji is placed right.
Yeah,
and I'm serious. And
I completely understand.
I had my wife like read it. I'm like, okay, do you think that sounds good? Does it look good? And then I would post it, trying for that. But now with this podcast. Fuck, I don't even have an intro like you got. Like that's some sharp shit. Maybe I should have one. I don't know.
That's only because I got into it. Okay. We all have podcast influencers. Right. We touched on one of yours. Yeah. Rogan is that was one of my things for telling Jake, hey, don't tell me when or just let me know when like we're going.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick it up where we were talking. That type of thing it's a slight Rogan thing where he just cuts in and he goes, all right, we rolling? And like that type of thing, because you're already in the pocket. Like you're already comfortable, things like that. But
exactly.
That was a Santino thing. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched Whiskey Ginger, but he has a very fast thing that he says at the beginning of every podcast. What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Thank you for tuning in. Something about my next guest. I say this about all my guests, but it's my favorite. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, and it's a very fast thing that you can tell. It's at this point it's rehearsed, but also this is something that I love doing. So this is rehearsed because I do this all the time.
Right.
And so I want you to know that I'm comfortable doing this. And so I'll rush through the intro just because I want to talk to you.
Right.
And so I hope that the listener, the watcher, the viewer, I think that's what they're called, can see that or can read that. But also they can know that it's something familiar. Like this is the podcast starting.
Right.
And
there's podcasts, I listen to too. Like I always say the Grave Talks, that's one of my favorite. And, he's, got a common thing, when he comes in.
Who is the Grave Talks?
The Grave Talks. I don't know his name. I don't know his name. He doesn't really say his name that much.
Perfect.
But you just look it up on
that the podcast over the podcaster better.
Yeah, for sure.
Better. I'd rather my guest.
Where is this?
This
going?
Is weird. Yeah, I'd rather them know about this and about every new guest that gets brought on than know about me, because that's what I'm doing this for.
Fuck, you have Jake looking up. You have Jake looking up.
It won't be on screen, but hey, Jake, can you look up who Grave Talks is by?
But yeah, anyways, but he has the same thing. He's like, the same kind of thing when you come into it. You're like, okay, because and then it goes right into the the conversation,
right,
and him asking questions,
and it gets you into.
And I like listening to him because he's really
into a routine.
Good at asking questions. Mm-hmm. But his advantages, a lot of them are like over the phone ones or something. He doesn't have a video; it's just audio. So he's like writing down shit.
Right. See, but I'm talking now, not
but
into.
To wrap up what I was saying,
yeah.
I think this is what I was saying is that so my intros too, like I've always done that where it's just kind of breaks into kind of conversation.
Exactly.
And I don't really like try to brand myself. I try to like brand the podcast, I guess.
And you be yourself.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Yeah. That's why I like for guests, like I just pick who I think I'm going to want to talk to for 2 or 3 hours.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like that way it's authentic, and that way it's not like I'm being forced to talk to this person for so long, and it'll just get long and drawn out. And
exactly. And then no one won't. Exactly. And it's tough finding people to even watch or listen to a 20-minute thing, let alone a 2 to 3 hour conversation, which is, I mean, it takes a lot of dedication to keep continuing on to do. Also, I have to say this just because they're a wannabe sponsor, meaning I want them to be a sponsor. This pre-roll coming to you, courtesy of coming to us. My bad, courtesy of the CBD store in Holland. We're in talks about a sponsorship, but thought I'd throw them a quick free ad, anyways.
Who was it again? I think I overtalked it.
Oh, you're good. Thank you. The CBD store in Holland.
Okay.
They have locations on the south side.
It's just the CBD store?
Yeah, the CBD store.
Oh, okay.
They have a location on the south side on Washington.
They're like, fuck the videos.
Exactly.
Fuck
No, it's just the CBD.
Yeah.
And they're also on North River by Domino's, I believe.
Oh.
And they opened a Jenison location.
Is that Michigan then? Mm-mm. Oh, no, you're across the bridge.
Yep. On the other side of the bridge.
I forgot that there's a Domino's.
And then Michigan turns into Washington. And
Dude,
so it's on South Washington.
Like 4 streets.
Exactly.
Does it turn into Butternut too?
No, I don't think so. Ooh. It does on the north side. You're right. Yeah. Damn, dog.
Dude.
Dang. Well, no, I think there's a fork in it, though.
There is a fork.
There's a fork and it turn. I don't know. Anyways.
That turns into a numbered street.
It doesn't keep being River. That's right. No. It forks into Riley.
No, like
not Riley.
136?
Yeah, 136 and Butternut. Anyways, enough Holland knowledge for you.
About that?
Also, speaking of Holland stuff, did you hear about the... I don't know. I say did you hear about... How long has the hookah lounge been shut down for? Do you know?
I don't know. I never went to a hookah lounge.
I just saw there was an event... Someone sent me an event for something at the hookah lounge on 420.
Oh, really?
But it was at the former Holland hookah lounge.
Former Holland.
So it's still some kind of event space, but they're not marketing it as the hookah lounge anymore.
They're trying to make any fucking money they can. They're like, I don't care what you want.
What do you expect when you put a hookah lounge somewhere?
Exactly.
That's just a quick money grab, as long as it'll last.
Hookah lounges come sit here and smoke.
Well, I mean, they were giving out alcohol.
Pass it around.
Yeah, they were illegally selling alcohol. That's probably when they got shut down was COVID.
Yeah.
Duh.
And they all got fucked.
And they were like, you know,
so many other people.
We won't be able.
Laugh, but you know, hey, a lot of people are getting fucked.
Plus, I mean, they already had a bad rep. There was at least one shooting there. Yeah. I just know of a lot of bad stuff that was there, but that's only because I also went there a lot. Do you have any Holland spots that you frequent often? You look like you'd go to what is it, the Rail House?
Nope.
No, you don't play pool.
No.
Itty bitty.
Nope.
No, you don't go out to the beach, do you?
Huh? No, look at my skin.
I know. I was gonna say you don't look like you see much sun.
Shit. And your awful lighting and probably looked like blending in.
I mean, I know you and your shirt almost look the same. We can only tell because of the facial hair.
I don't tan either. I just burn and then go back to white.
Right.
It's peeling away and it's just white. I'm like, damn it.
Damn it. I almost had it.
We do go to the beach, dude. You know, I mean.
You got a kid.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. No, let's get into the.
I got kids.
Let's talk about your actual life.
Yeah, my actual life?
Yeah, your actual life.
Wow, that's going to be boring.
So you grew up, okay, I was going to say in Holland, but you also came from the east side too for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was born in Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Holland Hospital. Yep.
Shouts out 24th Street.
Longfellow Elementary, then went to East Middle School, and then went like 2 or 3 months at Holland High, and then I moved across state.
Okay, so freshman year you moved.
Yeah, great time.
Yeah, I know. Just getting my bearings.
Yeah.
Let's go meet a bunch of black people. Wait, where'd you go? Let me make sure.
True. I was just gonna say, and just
all I heard was east side of the state.
Yep. Went to Bay City, which is like.
Oh, okay. Well, Bay City, from what I know, is it? Oh, is it not? I was gonna say it was more white.
Oh, not really.
Okay. Well, Bay
Holland?
City is
compared to Holland.
Is Bay City?
No.
Yes.
Compared to Holland, no, way more of a demographic there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was like, you know, freshman year too, going there, and I'm like, kind of a culture shock at first.
Right.
I'm just like, oh wow, yeah, and it was like a different way of just here.
Now, is Bay City near Saginaw?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Like 20 minutes.
They're both. They're like in the pit, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
The pit and the pit of the thumb.
Bay Shitty.
Bay Shitty. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I knew a really cool kid from Bay City. Shout out Shane Cherry. I'm gonna tag you.
Dude, I did meet a lot of cool people.
I'm gonna tag you in this on Twitter. But
Town's a piece of shit.
I met one cool person from Bay City, and you know what? It made me think that it was a pretty rich town.
Really?
Yeah.
There is a rich spot of it too. You drive out there and you're just like, what the how are these big immaculate houses out
Really?
here by this fucking piece of shit bay full of like cattails? I just don't understand.
So it seems almost like a random Zealand home, you know, too, because you kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's kind of like that everywhere. Every community's got that just like, where did this come from?
Yeah. You just driving down South Shore, you're like, where did this money come from?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know?
And that's just blocks away from your house. Not okay, that
Yeah,
made
it
it
is.
sound like this.
It is.
That
though.
made it sound like your house is shitty.
No,
But-
my house is also blocks away from Sammy's Market.
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
so-
I'm in between some shits. Yeah. In between a rock and a rich
Sammy's
place.
Nails,
Yeah.
and Sammy's whatever, Sammy's Slammies.
Sammy's Nails,
Sammy's
LLC.
They gotta just buy up the whole block.
But also Petrino's is over there,
Yep.
which is also shady under the table
you think is shady up there.
establishment.
The Family Dollar.
Oh,
There you go.
hey, support local though.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck Family Dollar.
So when did you come back from Bay Shitty?
Oh shit! Oh, I met my wife there. I got married there. Fuck. I mean, this is probably 7 years ago now.
7 years ago.
And
so
moved
you
for work.
so you
'cause there's-
graduated in Bay City. You
Yeah.
graduated high school. Did you go to college at all, or
Hell no.
I don't know?
Nope.
Met your high school sweetheart then. and-
Yep. Yeah,
Nice.
I graduated a year late. Yep.
Hell yeah! Shouts
Yeah.
out.
Shouts out.
I went to preschool twice. If it's any consolation.
Was that? But is that because you went when you were 3 and 4?
Yeah, I went too young.
Yeah.
But I think it made me smarter. I was in
No.
advanced classes later on, so who's to say?
Who's to say what it actually was though?
Right? Was it the early schooling?
Or is it genetics?
Was it the early sharing? It's
Early sharing.
I'd say maybe it's genetics. Probably not.
Probably
My mom's just good with numbers, maybe on the
I'm
spectrum,
good with
but so am I.
Good with numbers, but like more like laying out bill sheets and all that kind
Right.
of shit. Like,
Just
I got,
looking
like,
at the numbers, not
yeah,
actually
like,
doing
I
anything
got-
with them.
yeah, right. No, don't make me your accountant. I don't want to be responsible. I
Don't
can
make me add things. I'll just find
can do it.
patterns.
I could probably do it, but that's like no fucking with people's
Yeah.
money like that, and you like do one wrong decimal point, like that changes a lot of things.
That's my issue. I think at this point in my life I'd be too good at fucking with people's things. Just because that's my past. But because of that I think it'd make me very employable.
Yeah.
So employ me. But employ me, bitch. That's going to be on my next resume.
Yeah.
That's the cover letter
Just
of
employ me. Your cover letter.
employ me, comma, bitch.
Just why? Employ me to find out.
Employ me to find out. And then the resume is just blank pages after that.
You have to wait.
Yeah.
It's a flip book.
Ooh.
It's a flip book.
So flip it really fast, actually.
Flip. The
Oh,
first page is flip fast.
Also, do you remember
Did you ever make those in school?
I didn't make them. I mean, I tried.
We made one.
I tried, but do you remember the did you read Captain Underpants or was that
that was a little
after your time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But my brothers did. But
Yeah.
did they have a flip book?
it would just be somewhere throughout the page there'd be like it would be leading up to this action in the book.
Oh, okay.
And then it would be like one page where you just flip real fast and it was just like one punching motion or something like back and forth. But it was still cool.
Yeah,
like
right.
it was
Yeah,
it was
like,
flip
yeah.
in the middle of a book. Like you're like, okay, I'm reading. Oh, there's a picture and I can do something with it. Ooh, okay. And then you're like, oh, I gotta keep reading now.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, okay, we're done. My teacher's watching now. I gotta keep going. But but yeah,
Turn that into a joke.
I know.
Somebody sees you
we'll
doing
work
it
on
from
it.
behind, so you're just like this. Ooh,
Ooh, okay. No, it's just
gotta
Captain
do it on stage.
Underpants. Is that what you call your dick? Oh, I like that now. Is Captain Underpants? Is that what you call your penis?
What?
That's
I I mean, I guess the captain.
He's the captain of the seas down here. He's definitely the one in charge. Damn it! I meant to save that joint for heading to the show tonight, but here we are.
Here we are.
All the way smoked through it.
All the way.
So why the Herb X? Like, I know, I understand you had equipment and you wanted to shoot things with it now, but is that why? It was just or was there outside influences to that?
So me and Eric were friends on Facebook because he had came and shot pictures and some video for us when I was in a band. Because my bassist, Scotty Lang,
that name sounds familiar for some reason.
It might, yeah. I mean, he kind of seems to know a lot of people.
Anyway, I know a lot of people too.
So he had him come to the show, took some pictures, so we became friends on Facebook. Was following him. I seen he was kind of doing a little bit of urbex, but he's always good at more photography.
Right.
Then he like hit me up. He's like, "Hey, you want to go explore some places?" Because I had hit him up. I had went one place with my wife before that, Cooley High School in Detroit.
Did you film it?
I did film it, but it's all garbage because I was like just practicing. It's on YouTube though. It's on my channel, which has like 3 subscribers.
Your personal Kyle Aris.
Yeah,
it's Aris, right? Aris. God damn it.
Aris. Yeah.
All right, I got it
better.
now.
It's better than Aris.
No, I'm gonna remember it as you're an Aris, as Tipton. Oh my gosh, I spilled on myself. London Tipton was.
What?
London Tipton.
Tipton.
Once again, a little bit after your time, but that's Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what is he in that?
Who? No, London Tipton is Brenda Song, who is now expecting a child with Macaulay Culkin. Breaking news, we are getting into current events here.
Holy
yeah. They've been dating for a while, or they've been together for a while.
Was he in the show though?
Who? No, London Tipton is a female.
Oh, okay.
London. Okay, well, I guess.
I don't know why I was thinking he. But
well, here's the thing. The Tipton Hotel.
I was thinking like a.
Think about
like a butler or something.
Insert Tipton for Hilton. Boom. So London Tipton is Paris Hilton.
What?
So she's the heiress of the hotel, is what I'm saying.
You gotta put that meme where it's
okay. Okay.
Paris Hilton. How did she get into this?
Okay. So once again, I'll backtrack.
I'm not gonna know any of this.
So the have you heard of Sweet Life and Zach and Cody?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, it's based around these 2 twins, right?
Yeah.
Who live in this hotel.
Yeah.
The hotel is called the Tipton.
Oh.
Okay, and it's based roughly off of the Hilton.
Oh.
And so one of the supporting characters, supporting actress, Brenda Song, she is London Tipton. And her family owns the hotel, right?
Okay.
Tipton. The Tipton Hotel. London seems to be based on Paris. Because, there's
Looking
London.
At this after.
Right, after the fact. There's London, England, and then there's Paris, France, and Paris Hilton, and London Tipton. Yeah, see? So.
Whoa.
And I don't know if I'm breaking any Disney kids' minds right now, but you know what? That's what I'm here to do.
I would say so. I've never heard of that shit.
Exactly. So, as a father to a Disney kid.
Wow.
Potentially. So, how old are your children?
4 and almost 2.
4 and 1 and almost.
And almost 2 in June.
2 in June. Nice. Both girls?
Yep.
Surrounded by estrogen. How does it feel?
Sometimes I'm just like, I don't know whether I should just talk or just stand by silently.
Right. Does it make you does it make you feel like you have to be more manly, or like you are now part of fighting the patriarchy?
Me and my wife have been together for 15 years.
My wife.
Me and my wife. We've been together 15 years.
Me and my old lady. Yeah.
Me and my old hag.
Dang, that is ridiculous though. 15 years.
15 years. So being manly is like Like that.
It's out
I
the
don't
window.
need to walk
Right
around
now,
like,
it's about being cordial.
I don't need to walk around like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can lift that, honey. No, it's to the point now. It's like, yo, you gonna come help me lift this chest freezer downstairs?
Right.
Hold on, I'll take the door.
Manly
off.
is out the door. It's now. It's
Yeah.
just pleading for help.
Yeah.
Like in,
Yeah.
just in life. Like I understand. I understand what you mean.
Dude, it's like I'm 30 now, and like
yeah.
I already
We're
like,
past
I
pride.
pulled something in my back.
We're past pride at
Yeah.
this point. My body is past pride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got you.
It's like it's like no, you're gonna have to help pull some shit to the beach.
Exactly.
Like
yeah,
come
yeah.
on, like come on.
I'm not not
Like-
just dad here. I'm also Kyle. And
yeah,
Kyle.
like don't get me wrong. I'm not like an asshole.
Right.
She is totally willing.
And you're not
to
a
help.
weakling.
But when you talk manly, that's when it's like no.
I mean,
I'm going to carry.
this is
all
what I
this
mean,
stuff.
I
It's like,
guess.
if you're willing to carry some, yo, go for it.
do you feel that you have to carry on the patriarchy in your home?
Carry on the patriarchy. What do you mean by that specifically?
What some may say is toxic masculinity, but do you feel like you have to be? Do you feel like you have to be the patriarch in your home?
Like
Well,
the-
I mean,
the
you are.
alpha or
You are
something?
the patriarch in your home, and most likely the alpha, I would assume. But do you feel that
Like
way?
where's the pants type thing?
Yeah. Do you?
No.
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 You're quick to defer. That
No.
is nice.
Well, I guess.
You are outnumbered.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's the reason I ask, because it's a similar like Bert Kreischer situation to where he is always outnumbered by women who have seemed to outsmarted him.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you feel that same gang in your home.
I don't feel it quite
Probably
yet.
not from the 2-year-old yet.
Right. I don't feel it quite yet. Yeah, because she's 4, but
Mm-hmm.
she can have quite the attitude.
Right.
And so we tried the timeouts and stuff, but we do what we can.
Mm-hmm.
And
How do you feel about-
It's not like a an all the day thing, but it's just like sometimes and then I see it and I'm like,
Yeah.
when you're 13, holy shit, what is that gonna be like?
We're going to be
You know what I
in
mean?
for
an
issue.
You want to ask me that question in like even 5 years or like hell, by the time she's 7,
Yeah.
I would say you're gonna start
Starts,
seeing more of that.
starts developing a vocabulary.
Then I
and
might
not
be
just
like,
a
then I might
personality.
be like, yeah, totally defer. I just kind of stand sideline. But that's what I meant earlier by like sometimes I don't know if I should just like if I should talk or like
Right.
say a piece here or if I should just kind of whoa. All right. Okay, or just we're gonna do this. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. But I mean, I think that's a part of being in a relationship for 15 years is you learn to, the other person. You just, learn. Well, of course, you learn how to push that button too.
Right.
You can learn how to instantly turn something into an argument.
Exactly. But you
So,
also you learn to live without the
Yeah.
arguments too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't argue nearly as much as we did when we were like teenagers and stuff.
Right. You don't even in your early 20s, do you think were you still argue
We
just
would argue
fighting
more.
about
We'd argue more, yeah.
going out to bars and stuff and being able to drink
Oh,
and
yeah.
things? I feel like that just brings another factor of conflict. Just public drinking.
Like you mean like the
could-
other person just going and you're not, or like just going out?
Either
like
one.
Everybody's drinking,
But-
and like not getting in an argument in public.
Not so much even the argument in public, but just being out in public and drinking together
Oh yeah,
and then coming back home, and whether you could have arguments from what had happened that night or
no, never really.
no, nothing.
No, and we had like a big group of friends too that we'd always hang out with. So we'd always go to
Right.
the bar together too. So it was always like, hell, you want to know what like the biggest argument would be is because when we would go out, I would be like the social butterfly.
Right.
So like back when we were teens, it'd be like, well, you are always like with everybody else. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just like I'm talking to everybody.
That's exactly how I
it's
am
like,
too.
So I
yeah.
move around and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, but we're all friends. But
may
we're all
seem like I'm
friends.
leaving you behind. Right.
Right.
But we're
it's
all
not like
yeah.
I'm leaving. Now, if we're ever at a party where I don't know people, well, then that's where it would become a problem. So I would have to okay, she's got like one friend there with her or something.
Exactly.
Because I'm one of those people I can like talk to anybody.
Exactly, and you can't expect her to now knowing this. You can't expect her to also just be like, no, just find a friend. Like, I get it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, make a friend. Like,
just go make a friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that's not your style. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, there's lots of learning and lots of just. I mean, there's lots of trials and tribulations. There's still learning.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure after 15 years, you're still learning more.
We're constantly.
Have you ever had her on? What's your wife's name? Alyssa. I wanted to say Melissa. Would have been wrong.
Well, would have been close.
But have you ever had her on your podcast?
No.
No?
She will not come on.
She will not?
No.
Have you asked?
I said we should, and she was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, what about just audio? Okay. She's like, no. I'm like, oh, come on.
She goes, the videos part's not what I'm worried about. It's the being seen. It's the being associated with
voice. I hate hearing my own voice.
I understand that, too.
I do, too, because my biggest thing when I started this is I was like, I don't know. I think my voice is too nasally. It's because I have a deviated septum or something. If you look really close, my nose is crooked.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, oh, yeah. You know. Yeah.
That's why you look at me from a side. That's what I assumed.
Oh, no.
I've never seen you straight on, but now I do.
Straight on?
Straight on, your nose is crooked, yeah.
I don't know. I got this camera right here, so I'm trying to like...
Hey, play to the camera. I get it. I play to the wide more than I play to my camera
like this.
because I feel like I'm out of frame on my own camera.
Dude, I know.
It's from trying to move and get comfortable. It's a new setup though. Hey, comment below if you like the new setup.
I think this is awesome.
I think it's pretty cool.
I like it.
It's very cool.
I'm very cool.
I like it a lot. So I mean,
but yeah. But yeah, my podcast is just, it's just a bunch of bullshit, man. I mean,
I know.
We bullshit. We talk about issues. I try to keep it, kind of not so current eventy because it's a weekly podcast. So, sometimes I have,
they're banked a little bit.
I got a little bit of a bank, but I try not to do more than two behind each other.
Yeah.
So
I about ran out of my banked episodes almost.
Did you?
I got one. I think I'm on the last one we're releasing this week.
But it's a good time.
And you know what?
I had a great time.
I might throw a different one up now that I'm thinking about it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to send you an intro again. God damn it. And an ad.
On the fly.
Gosh, jeez. We're uploading tomorrow, looks like.
No.
But these people will never know when that was.
Never.
No.
Until, there was one current event thing.
I don't know, but I don't remember either. Where is this going? Right now, it's coming to an end. So, but I did want to ask you. So, your podcast it consists of artists,
yes,
mostly,
yep.
Yeah. So, what is the consistory of who you? The word threw you off. So, who do you want on your podcast as guests?
Who do I want? What I really want right now is a paranormal investigator.
Okay. Ooh.
And I had one, and he started sending me all the stuff so I could have it on screen. And then somebody quit at his work, so he got through on double shifts.
Oh.
That's what I was told.
Goddamn day shifts or day jobs.
So that's what I got to go by.
Why can't we all just quit our jobs and start podcasting?
I know. So that's what I really want to get on the podcast, and I got a couple in line that I'm going to message. But
what has been your criteria for guests in the past, or just in general?
If I want to talk to them.
Nice. And do they have to be doing something, I guess, like as an artist?
Not really. I mean, like my buddy Scotty Lang that I mentioned earlier, like he's not doing anything active right now. He's got something brewing, but he's just a interesting person, to talk to. He's in the Air National Guard, so he's got stories, and I've had another guy on that I know explores a lot, does a lot of hiking. Come on and be interesting.
Yeah. I want to talk to an interesting person. Yeah.
He's going to want to hear from.
Right. An expert in something is great.
Yes. I'd love to get like a reporter on, like a local one.
But even someone who's passionate in something, because I don't.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
But like,
I noticed how it sounds like, yeah.
because like a lot of us aren't necessarily experts in a lot of things, but we're very like I wouldn't consider myself an expert in comedy.
Yeah, I'm not
Maybe
definitely not an expert in everything.
But I know that I'm very passionate about it, and I do, and because of that, I'm very knowledgeable about a lot of things.
Learning new things.
Exactly, and I think that's the best type of guest to have on, and that's why I wanted to have. That's why I opened my doors to artists of all types of mediums, specifically because I know comedians,
right,
and I like to consider them artists. Because I'd like to consider myself one.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, well, no, you are. I mean, it's entertainment.
Right, exactly. And then, and I know a lot of musicians, but outside of that, I really wanted to, like, dive into, like, electronic musicians, graphic design artists, just pastel paint and drawing artists, like, artists of all spectrums. Entrepreneurs, which I believe business is an art of some sorts as well, and so
it's good to hear from all different kinds of people.
Because at the end of the day, what I really get down
other
to
podcasters and stuff. That's why I really wanted to get you on. I mean,
and
I knew you did comedy too, and I was like, oh, that's great, but it'll be nice to like sit down with somebody that does this.
It's like-minded, and you don't always have to take a host perspective,
right? And
even when you are hosting,
really easy to keep it flowing. Like
exactly.
I'm sure out of like what are you at 35 now?
Yeah, 30. I mean, uploaded right now at this point is 35.
35, yeah.
But, we just dated ourselves again. Damn it!
I'm sure you probably had one where you're just like, wow, I got it.
Oh yeah, but that's also been my fault.
Yeah, well,
if I'm being honest, I've got
not to say that they're not interesting.
No, what I'm saying is I've gotten guests too stoned.
Oh, right.
Either before this podcast, and I'm not going to say who at risk of but
you probably figured out though.
Yeah, you will. This is a cue to watch all my other episodes to see what guests are completely stoned.
Who was it? Nobody knows.
And also me. I've been way too stoned on this podcast.
There's one where
but for a little bit, I was on probation, drunk. So I couldn't. Exactly, same.
On wine.
On yours, I was. I mean, I had fun, but I didn't. When I watched back some of it, I didn't remember parts of it.
Well, it was 3 hours.
Exactly, and it's hard to keep
track. Look forward to it, people.
Yes. Also, once again, we'll see if I can throw it up one more time, but it's right there.
Right there.
Anyways, you have anything you want to promote, man?
Just, take a look at the YouTube channel.
Of course.
I really like to push the YouTube.
Obscured State of Mind.
Obscured State of Mind. Everything is / Obscured State of Mind. So you look up, I'm going to pop up.
Oh, yeah.
Probably first on Google, too.
Facebook,
but,
Instagram. I know. You're
Instagram's one of those things where I'm just like, I'll get to it, and, I'm working on it, and, But I'm really due, because people are telling me I really need to use it. So I'm working on stuff.
That's been my main gig.
I just don't know how to format everything, so I got to figure all that out because I want to make it look sharp.
Right, and it's hard to make. For me, it's hard to make a clip short enough to be on the short videos ones and not go straight to a Reels.
Yeah,
because I don't want it on a Reels yet.
No,
because I don't know why.
I was struggling with that too.
I don't know why
Reels,
and that's the issue I'm dealing with because I would make a longer clip. But also, are they going to click to watch the longer clip? No, I don't think they will. I don't think anyone's engaging with me. Let me know if you engage with me.
Make this shit worth it.
Tell me, please.
It's true.
I think that's all that we want.
Really feel like
for real, though. Do you have an email that you throw out for people to email your podcast at?
obscuredstate@gmail.com.
Of course, everything is obscuredstate@gmail.com. But also, I appreciate feedback so much, and I've never gotten an email for this podcast. And I know
Facebook messages, I'm sure.
Yeah, Yeah,
That's the same thing.
and it's Instagram,
Honestly, it's easier to hit up the Facebook page.
Oh yeah, especially if you know them personally. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I've gotten things from people personally, and I appreciate that so much. Someone telling me that they support my podcast, they tell people about it.
Yeah.
And like they listen to it when they're at work. Shout out to Abby at Gentex. I believe you're still there.
Perfect factory job.
Thank you, Abby. Because she's one more person who's reached out and told me about the podcast and that they love audience. It. And exactly, people who work factory jobs, because that's what I do all day.
Yeah,
I even have a joke about it. Like
I work at a factory too.
Exactly,
but I'm the janitor.
Hell yeah! Shouts out to our janitors and custodians. If you're listening, let me know. But we're wrapping up here. Thank you so much, Kyle.
Wrapping it down.
Follow Kyle and his podcast all at Obscured State of Mind. Or / Obscured State of Mind, or is it Obscured State?
No, Obscured State of Mind.
Obscured State of Mind.
Yep.
And fucking hey, man, this was fun. Check out our episode 21 of Obscured State of Mind. And
it's a good one,
dude. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
Dude. It was awesome.
You can follow me at Hunter Miles. And you can follow the podcast on Instagram at Where Is This Going Pod, and on Twitter at Where Is This Go Po. And you can follow my email address. Email us, Where Is This Going Pod at gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening. See you next week. Bye.
Later.